Hi, it's Elizabeth from the Toy Hoarder. Today I have a fun, I guess, Toy Story game slash toy slash art project. I'm pretty excited about this mashup. So this is a Toy Story 4 arcade building kit. So you're going to get to color it, construct it, and then actually play with it. I'm very excited. Now, before we get this open, I do want to say if you have not subscribed yet, please, please, please take a moment, pause the video, and hit that subscribe button right below this video. Please do that for us. That would be excellent. It's absolutely free to you guys, and it really helps support us and encourage us to make new videos. All right, let's get this shown up close, and then I will get it open. Now, as usual, I am not going to read anything on the box. If you would like to read it, please feel free to pause the video at any point and read anything that you need or would like to see. All right, guys, here we go. It's actually sealed on each side with a piece of tape, so you're going to need to cut each of those circular pieces of tape. Then you can get the box open, and there's a plastic tray inside that you're going to need to pull out. Here it comes. Oh, man. Guys, this is going to be so cool. I am very excited. All right, make sure you get all the pieces. Here's another cardboard piece that looks like part of it. And here is a little instruction manual. So I think I've gotten everything out of the box. Let's get it further open. All right, is this taped at all? Oh my. This tray piece just comes right off, and then you have a whole bunch of skinny markers in here. Ah. So I'll get all those out. We have red, orange, yellow, light green, light blue, dark blue, pink, purple, and black in here. Interestingly, we don't have a brown or a gray, which is, ooh. How do I actually shoot this? Oh, I don't know. I don't have to read the instructions, but we can get all these pieces out so we can figure out how to make this. All right. Here's the Star Adventurer backboard of the game. Then behind that, oh my goodness, behind that we have markers rolling away. Behind that we've got some more cutouts that probably go somewhere in the back board. Here's the instructions I was telling you about, and then more cutouts that come in between. All right, let's see what it says we need to do with this. This is so cool, guys. Guys. Look at this little punchy rocket arm. I love it. All right, so this is going to be interesting to set up. Okay, guys, I don't actually see this piece or any of these cutout pieces in any of the instructions or on the box, so maybe that actually is just supposed to be part of the box. You can still punch them out. They are perforated, so you can color them and punch them out, and then maybe you can just decorate your room with them or decorate maybe your school folders or notebooks or something. Whatever you would like to do with those, but they aren't actually part of the arcade scene. So what you're going to do is you're going to color everything, of course. And once you have colored them, you can punch out all of these little pieces. So I'm going to punch out one for right now so that I can show you this. So you're going to line up the straight edge, which is the top edge of this one, and the bottom edge of this one. You're going to line up those straight edges at a 90-degree angle here, so it looks like an L. And then you're going to clamp it with these. All right, so you're going to push those two in at the same time. If you have kids, you'll probably want to do this for your kids. It is pretty rough to do just on your own. I am an adult and I am struggling. Okay, guys. Then we're going to try to push the other piece on in the same little L shape here. Alright, now you've got your Star Adventurer game. This piece actually will spin around, and there is a clip on it, so you're going to clip that onto this little edge here. And now you can actually move this to the sides, or this blaster, I guess, to the sides along this little curve at the bottom. and you're going to hit this trigger to actually launch this piece. But before that, you're gonna need some pieces to shoot at, right? So that's where these little clips come in. All right, you're gonna super carefully insert one of the characters in here, and then you're gonna push it into any one of the pegs that you want it to be in. Then you simply stand it up, and it is ready to go. Now I can aim this trigger, and hopefully, oh no, ah! And then I can knock them down, and you can put a whole bunch in here. There are 9 different pieces that you can color all different colors, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really? Okay, well, there are actually only 8 clips, and there are 9 pieces that you can hang up. So I guess you can only hang up 8 at a time, but you can keep swapping them out if you would like, and changing different levels of difficulty and things like that, depending on which character is going to be playing, or if you guys are taking turns, maybe you've got a couple of people who want to play at the same time. So I think it's pretty cool. I definitely think it's difficult to assemble. It's not, I think as a kid I would be sad that I struggled to assemble this, or that I messed it up trying to assemble it. So that's a little bit disappointing to me. Also, I'd like to be able to keep taking it apart and storing it, but I'm kind of worried to do that because I'm afraid it's going to fall apart. I mean, basically we just have 2 cardboard pieces that have some paper on them. I probably could have made a printout that was nicer than this. All we have to color it with is markers because it's this shiny, glossy kind of covering on this cardboard, which means it's not going to go well if you try to use crayon or colored pencil. But that also means that you can't do things like blending and shading, and you're a little more limited on the colors and things that you can use. So I'm a little bit disappointed. I don't really like coloring with markers very much. I tend to make a mess, and I usually don't love how it comes out. So it's a fairly cheap set. This blaster thing is cool, but as you can see, this rocket piece sort of tilts and comes down on it. It doesn't really stay very well on this end. The pieces don't actually knock all the way over. I'm not overall super impressed by this. This is probably for a lot younger of kids to enjoy it. It says on the box, ages 6 and up. Here we go. Okay, it says the packaging turns into targets and prizes. So I guess you can hang these as extra targets if you would like, or you can have them as little, plush prizes or something that you win whenever you knock down one of the targets, or 3 of the targets, or however you want to set up your game. I'm kind of disappointed that the whole thing isn't plastic. I feel like we could have added a sticker sheet over a plastic piece that then was colorable, and that way the whole thing would assemble and disassemble a lot easier and be able to be assembled and disassembled every time more easily. I'm also disappointed that we have 8 clips instead of 9, even though it comes with 9 targets. I think that's kind of strange. And some of these targets are the same image redrawn, which disappoints me. I mean, yes, I can color them different colors, but there are enough things in outer space and to do with Buzz Lightyear and to do with, the Star Adventurer that I feel like they could have come up with other options so that we could have had 9 different drawn targets that were out here, even if it meant little aliens or something. I think more creativity could have gone into this, a little more stability. There's not really a whole lot to this. I mean, this is the whole set. You can also punch out these little cardboard pieces, but these are even thinner than the other pieces, and I'll show you one of each up close in just a moment here. All right, so on these clips, there's 2 different places that you can put in an accessory, and I guess the thinner one is where you put in these little cardboard ones, because there is nothing to these little cardboard ones, and the thicker one is where you would put in this type, which is actually a little bit thicker, but if you see, all this paper is just sort of on the edges of it, so if you don't stick it in just right, the paper will start peeling on the other ends, and then it will be too big to fit back in, and it will no longer be usable in the set. So I think that's something that's going to really frustrate kids, especially, I mean, you're talking 6 and up. If you give this to a 7, 8, or 9-year-old, I highly doubt they have the patience and coordination to appropriately get these in every time that they want to set it up. I know as an adult I was struggling and they started to kind of bulge a little bit, and it was frustrating because I was being careful with it and knowing the consequences of what happens when you mess it up. As far as how it colors, I guess I can tell you guys about that. So unfortunately, all these pieces that were in the brown cardboard are already going to start out brown. So if you're going to color a light color like yellow, it doesn't even, well, it shows up a little bit, but just barely here. I colored in these top two, so you can sort of see it, but from a distance, not really, you guys. So that's kind of disappointing. You're not going to want to use any light colors if you color any of these cardboard pieces. As far as the others, it's a little bit weird drawing on this. It feels very slippery and waxy. It doesn't seem to be actually leaving color very well. Even this orange is super, super light. I'm really intensively coloring to try to get it to actually show up on here. These are not the highest quality markers. I'm having some trouble with them dying already, even though I just opened this set, you guys. You have to be really careful not to smear this while you're coloring either, because they're rather wet markers. So I'm trying very carefully not to touch it. It kind of reminds me of coloring with highlighters. All these colors are very light. The purple is at least a little bit darker. This is also really, really tiny lines for younger ones to be coloring in. This might get frustrating. Also, I will note that already from out of the box, this pink marker is cracked. These are super, super cheaply made. I haven't seen this happen to a marker. That's disappointing. Be careful, because that's now a sharp item. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but these markers are actually squeaking as I'm drawing, which is a little bit upsetting to me. I don't know how annoying that will be to parents or children who are working on this, or mere children working on this. It's so squeaky. Alright, I tried to use all of the colors on this so that you can see what each of the colors are going to look like. I'm struggling very, very much to get the edges of this thing. There's nowhere to hold on to it. I probably should have colored it while it was still in the tray, but it's upside down. Here's my little comet. It doesn't look great, you guys, and I'm an artsy person, but it kept leaving these weird bubbles in the marker. The markers were also very light. A lot of them look like highlighters. It's difficult to tell between the yellow and the orange. And this, from the center outward, I have yellow, orange, red, pink, light blue, and then on this side, green and purple, and then the outer edge is black. On this side, that back big flame is dark blue, and then the dark green on the inside of that. So those are all of the colors, but between the yellow and the orange, they look almost identical. The red looks like orange. The light green is very, very, very light. The black, I feel like it looks like a dark green to me. So I'm not really very impressed by the colors or the coloring style. This is a very cheap set. The only real, like, toy piece of it is this part, and I don't think you'll be able to play it too many times before these little pieces are ruined, and even fewer times on these little cardboard things. I guess you can keep cutting out little pieces for your child to use in this, or your child can, but I think that will get old very quickly. So I had high hopes for this, and I think I am pretty let down by it overall. It could still be fun depending on your child. I think for an adult, though, it's not what I was hoping it would be. I will probably still put it in my little Toy Story 4 carnival anyway, because I already have it. It's open, it's partly used. Nobody is going to want it from this point, but I don't think I'd purchase it again, and I'm not sure I would do it as a gift. It would have to really depend on that child. They would have to be super, super into Toy Story for this to be a worthwhile gift for me to give. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and if you like what you saw today, please, please, please hit that subscribe button down below as well, and go check out my channel for plenty more toy reviews and other fun videos. Until next time, have a great time playing.